This is J. Krishnamurti's fifth discussion with students in Malibu, California, 1968.
Shall we go on from where we left off last time we met? We were talking, I think, if I remember rightly, about fear. And what part thought played in it. Right? I think that's what we're discussing. And also I think we ought to, if I may suggest, go into the question of freedom. Because freedom from fear, as we said, is absolutely essential for a clear mind, for a mind that can go very deeply and very far, and that is only possible when there is freedom from fear. That's what we went into. Shouldn't we discuss what we mean by that word freedom? What do you say, sir? Don't let's make this into academical affair, just dialectical business, but actually see what that word means and whether the mind can actually ever be free at all. Freedom from fear, freedom from environment, freedom from dependence. Shall we go into that, what this question of freedom implies, and whether the mind can be free ever, not only of fear and so on, but also whether there is such thing as a mind being free in itself, not from something. I think freedom from something is quite different from a mind that is per se free in itself. I wonder if that becomes somewhat clear in this. We were saying the other day, that fear, pleasure, and pain are the two sides of the same coin. Having had pain yesterday, thinks about it, and creates or breeds fear for tomorrow. It might happen again. That's what we said. Having pain and thinking about it, fear is born out of that thought. And we also said pleasure is the same process. Having had some kind of pleasure yesterday, thinking about it and looking forward to it. So pleasure is bred by thought, and as fear also is. Not, I think we ought to be able to, we ought to see enjoyment, the seeing the beauty of a day is one thing, in that there is a great sense of beauty, pleasure, and all that. And thinking about it and wanting it to be repeated is pleasure.
Pursuit of pleasure.
Pursuit of pleasure.
Because we might almost say that the enjoyment itself was pleasurable.
And not at the moment you enjoy, surely at the moment you see something beautiful, then you don't bring in the question of enjoyment at all, do you? It's only after. So the after is the result of thought. Right?
The pursuit is the result of
Huh?
thought. The pursuit.
Of course, pursuit is the result of thought. I think that's we agreed, didn't we, last time? And so is fear also, right?
Yes.
Now, can the mind be free not only of fear, but also of pleasure? Because pleasure is not love. I don't know if you go so far as that. If pleasure is the product of thought, that is a continuity, giving nourishment to that which we have called pleasure,
Retrospective pleasure or the pursuit of pleasure? Sir?
both,
Or the continuity?
both.
Because there's a different thing. Either I pursue pleasure, which I haven't got, or I chew over pleasure, which I have,
Which is both.
or
Sir.
I continue to enjoy pleasure, which I am enjoying now.
All that is the process of thought, isn't it?
Yes.
What would you call the thing that we later on call pleasure or enjoyment after the fact, in the moment that it's happening? What would you call it?
Enjoyment, you call it.
Enjoyment.
I call it, for the moment, we can use any word, but it is enjoyment. Let's call it for enjoyment.
Now, what's the difference between that enjoyment and beauty?
The enjoyment, I don't. Please change words. I don't care. I mean, we don't have to stick to words. I mean, I see something beautiful. I see that sea, and there is instant response. And I think about it. The thinking process is the nourishing that which has been enjoyed.
Yes. That's what you call pleasure.
That is pleasurable. And the same way, big one.
Is it possible to continue looking at the sea and continue looking at the sea, not thinking about it, just looking at it, and not be involved with pleasure?
We're going to find out. See, let's find out.
Either it is beautiful and there is enjoyment, or there isn't.
No,
There's
sir,
no problem. But the only problem comes when I have a demand with regard to it, more or less, or continuation. If it's beautiful and I'm looking at it while it's beautiful, there's really no problem at all. And thought need not be involved.
Isn't there a problem as soon as you label it that in your mind that it's beautiful?
No, you're swimming in the sea and it's marvelous. You don't have to worry about it or make it into a problem.
But
It's just marvelous.
As soon as you think that it's marvelous, it's not different from what you're doing.
just if you think about it, that's the whole
I
problem.
might for an instant think, gee, this is wonderful. And
No,
I go
no.
on swimming. I don't sit and
No,
make
no,
a
no,
fuss
no.
about
I mean,
it.
no, don't let's quibble about this. I mean, when you are swimming, enjoying, if thought enters and say, I'm having a very good time, and it becomes pleasurable, that's what we call pleasure. When thought interferes with the actual state of enjoyment, either wanting to continue it, or wanting to retain it, or thinking, I hope it'll happen again tomorrow, and so on, so on, so on.
In other words, when desire is born as a result
As let's don't bring in desire for the moment yet, because that gives us another.
because so often when you say this, people say, oh, I mustn't enjoy,
No,
or I mustn't have pleasure.
no,
There's
sir.
this-
Don't say
It's a
we are
great
not.
big trap, because that-
No, we are not saying must or must not. We're not saying we should not enjoy, we should not have pleasure, it is right or wrong. We are investigating.
Yes.
So in looking at it, exploring in myself, not verbally but actually, this is what goes on, doesn't it? There is a moment of enjoyment. We'll call that word, that moment enjoyment. Then thought comes in and says, how marvelous this is. I wish I could continue it. Hold on to it. How am I to keep it going?
Could we start after the first one and you say how marvelous this is? I can see that if you say, I'm having something lovely is happening to me, or I want more, or I want less, then there is a thought process.
Right.
If there is a simple awareness of enjoyment, not
Right.
as
Now,
something happening to
wait.
me as something.
Then what do you mean by awareness? You see, that again becomes another issue.
Well, that very spontaneous, immediate.
Therefore, please, it is this immediacy. That which is immediately pleasurable,
Yes.
enjoyable, if thought comes into it, it has quite a different quality.
But at what point does it come into the domain of thought?
That's a different thing.
What does it mean when you say when thought comes into it?
It's fairly simple. So what are we quibbling about this?
Well,
No, this
I
is
mean, we accept that, Krishnaji, when you say it, because it seems to make enormous sense, but do we actually experience the going wrong of it, if you see what I mean? In other words, say you step out in the sun and it's beautiful and feels good, and there is a sensory enjoyment, and there is a perception.
Yes,
something
yes, yes,
beautiful all at
yes.
once. Now, where is it corrupted? In the moment of self-consciousness, of being an entity, that is
Yes,
enjoyment.
there it begins the mischief.
But sir, in order to go down to the beach and to take a dip, you've got to think about it before you do it. And there's nothing wrong with it. You say,
Unless,
"It will be
you
marvelous,
see,
the sea
you
is
see,
beautiful, the sun
you
is
see,
bright,
sir.
and there is time." You go down to the sea and you swim. So if we sit
No,
around
sir,
and say,
but-
"Now I'm pursuing pleasure, I mustn't go and swim,"
No,
it becomes
that would be
Now,
absurd.
is that the pursuit of pleasure? Now, when thought is obviously involved there, I may even go 1,000 miles to have
Right.
a particular holiday on a particular coast at a particular season and save for it all year. And probably that would be a very good idea. Because
Then what is the issue,
So-
sir? What are you
so-
trying to get at?
Where is the pursuit?
is there no thought in this? Is there no pursuit of pleasure in this?
I don't know. Find out, sir. Here you are. Why
And
do
if there
why do you
is, what's
bombard
wrong
me,
with
sir?
it?
Why do you bombard me?
No, sir, because
No, because I want to explore. I don't want to take an example yet. I don't want to say going down to the sea to have a swim. Isn't that the process of thinking?
but, sir, all we have in life is examples.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know all that, but I'm just taking that. What is the point we are raising?
We are saying, sir, that thought creates fear, thought creates pleasure,
Wait,
and
leave it
thought
there for the
creates
moment.
pain, and therefore,
No, I don't say therefore. I see this thing going on in my life. Right?
yes,
That's all the thing. I don't go any step further than that.
yes,
I see this process going on in my life.
yes, pleasure, pain, and fear.
And so that's all I'm concerned now. And I say to myself, what next? You discuss it. So what next? I see this happening in my life.
Not only pleasure and pain and fear, sir, but in the pleasure and in the pain, 1,000 degrees of reaction: anger, jealousy,
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
grief,
I-
regret, guilt, 1,000 things. Every single thing which fills our minds is created by thought.
No, I'm just taking these two, sir. Not everything else. I just want to begin with this and explore from here. I want to find out how thought operates and how it breeds fear as well as pain. That's all I've come to, right?
Pleasure too, you say.
I say pleasure, pain, fear. Those three are involved in it. Then what is my next question? Go on, sirs.
Why does thought enter in at all during the moment of experience?
Because we're alive, we're conscious.
Why
We
don't
also
we just,
have
why don't we
one
just
to identify.
experience? Why do we label, identify, name? Hold on. You're watching
thought
the...
is part of experience.
Is it really? Can't you experience without thought?
When we discussed that thought maybe fragments everything, it might be the nature of thought to fragment all of
That's right, that's what we said the other day too. Thought breaks up pleasure, pain, fear, jealousy, non-jealousy, and all that. So what is my problem then? I see that actually going on in my life.
Can you control thought?
Can you control thought, right?
But we don't know yet why that's a problem, sir.
No, it's not
Because
a problem.
thought edits
Sir,
experience
no,
as a brain,
I
edits
don't
things.
call it, please sir, I don't call it a problem. I see that is going on. That's my life.
But people are already asking, therefore can we end thought?
No,
But we
I'm
must
not,
first say why.
no,
Why do we want to stop it?
I'm not saying it should stop or not be stopped. I see this going on.
Yes.
Then what is my next question?
Possibly to understand it.
Is it possible to understand what?
Thought.
Is it possible to experience something and not want to continue it through thinking about it?
It's possible to be objective about thought.
What is, so that's your problem, isn't it? Pleasure, pain, fear. Then what, out of observing that, what comes to you naturally?
Can you be free?
What comes naturally, the question, not problem.
We see that when there is pleasure and pain and fear, there is no freedom.
Is that comes to your mind?
That's otherwise it would be a trivial observation that there is these things. It's only important because I see that they are bondage. I see that there are no freedom.
Is that what comes to your mind? When you see
When
in
I
your,
see
when you
fear,
see it in yourself,
see fear
this thing goes on.
and pain.
Yes, sir. This thing, this
Dependency.
constant thing going on inside you.
Yes.
What is the next? What comes out of that perception?
Does it have to be this way? Is this a natural state of my life? Is there any way that this might be different?
Or possibly nothing. You just let it. You don't pursue.
You sir, answer his question, sir. He said, is that my life? Is that natural? Is this, is this inevitable? Keep this pendulum going all my life. Pleasure, pain, fear, and keep this thing going all the time. You see, I don't want to make a problem of anything in my life. Right? Let's understand that clearly. I don't want a problem. I want to solve it. If a problem arises, I want to solve it in myself immediately. I don't want a problem. Because problems continued or carried over for a couple days or months or years distorts the mind. Right? So this is a question I must understand, not make a problem of.
So if you see it, you leave it. You let it go, don't you?
Is that all? That's what we are doing. I see that, and I say, well, let it go.
And then you listen to what comes up. If there's a plane that comes across, you listen to it.
No. Is that all? Is that what we do? We're back again. When the plane is gone, we're back again in this pendulum.
As long as we're alive, something comes up all the time, naturally, doesn't it?
So am I... So we're asking, am I merely a plaything of this? So if one asks this, if one sees this question, that we have, that thought breeds pleasure, gives continuity to pleasure, nourishes it, as well as to fear and pain, I see that. Then what is my next response to that perception?
I just feel quieter. I just feel more peaceful. It makes me...
Yeah, you realize if you stay with it, you're not going to get anywhere. You realize it, you see it, so you let it go. And then what comes up? Then the wind or somebody talks to you.
And then you again say, well, I don't like what he said. I like what he said. It was nice. We are back again.
But maybe we don't do that all the time.
No, may not be, but sir...
Obviously, one must ask, is this going to continue like that forever? Is there no other way to live? Yes.
That is the question, isn't it?
That's the question. Is one going to forever be at the mercy of
pleasure and pain?
Pleasure and pain and fear. And
that's what I would...
like a boat on a tempest.
That's what I would personally ask. Is this with which I have to live?
Yes, obviously. Yes. Because it seems so.
Yes, sir.
The universe is going towards, the whole universe is going towards equilibrium, which is peaceful.
Okay.
And it's just evolution.
I wonder what comes to your mind. Do please, let's explore it and find out what comes naturally to your mind when you are faced with this issue.
It seems that there are times when I can exclude thought from an action if it doesn't matter.
And no, my chap. I'm asking, when you're confronted with this, what is your response to it?
Is it necessary?
You said that. The response is, must this go on? Is there no other way to live? One is not free.
If you are allowed to go on, then there is no problem.
Well, there is a problem. The problem goes on like toothache.
Yeah, toothache. You put up with it. You say, well, that's my life.
Is that good enough?
Is that good enough? That's what I mean, is that...
Where you go wrong? How did I stumble into this
But
mistake over and over again?
the whole thing is to understand that it really is a toothache. It's not like breathing or like sleeping. It's not at all normal. It's really a toothache.
So, sir,
It's not
from
harmonious.
that
It's
you
not
see...
beautiful. It's
From that arises a problem. Is love pleasure?
That's what?
Is love pleasure?
Is love the product of thought?
That's it.
No, it's not.
And then
How does that follow? I don't understand how that follows from where we were just a minute ago.
It follows because he was saying all this is thought.
Okay.
There's pleasure, there's pain, and there's fear, and it's an infernal mess. Then we say, well, must it go on forever? One isn't free.
Mm-hmm.
And then one says, is there something else? Now he's asking, is love of the same nature? Is love also like pleasure, pain, and fear? Is it part of the same
pattern.
cesspool?
Either that, or what is the function of thought?
That seems more relevant to me than the last
All right,
question.
take that. What is the function of thought? Must thought create always pain and pleasure? Except technology going to the moon. You follow what I mean?
Well, it does
Building a
also go to
bridge.
the moon.
Huh?
It does also take us to the moon.
Don't listen.
But that's very, in that realm, it's excellent.
Yeah. So I'm just saying,
Is
must.
intelligence a part of thought?
Huh?
Is intelligence a process of
We're
thought?
going to find out, so let's go into it. That's what you see. You don't push. I'm doing it. What's the function of thought? I see thought breeding pleasure and pain, fear. And also I see to go to the moon, to do anything efficiently, sanely, with balance, there must be rational, logical, healthy thinking. Right?
To maintain the organism.
Or there must be thought, objective and emotional. Objective, not prejudice and all the rest of it. So, that is essential.
Okay, well that's different than fear or pleasure.
So, we can go into it. So you see.
It's the same material which somehow becomes corrupted.
One is objective thought, and one would be subjective.
In one respect it functions, in the other respect it sort of turns against itself.
Well, one is, and two, the emotions are more involved in one than in the other. Reaction. When you want to get to the moon, you have as it was said, it's objective. You want to find out how you can get there. You don't bring fear into it. You're not afraid of going to the moon. When you ask, how can I get to the moon?
Why do you think it's objective, the motive behind it, like going to the moon?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the motive is objective.
No, sir, my question is much simpler than that. I'm not bringing in the moon. It's made of American cheese or cheese. That's a different point. We are saying, what is the function of thought?
And we brought in the two different.
Where should thought function? At its highest level, and where should it not function? Right? I see where it functions, it creates pain and pleasure. And I also see where it functions objectively, it becomes extraordinarily effective. So, where is...
You mean what's the difference?
Yes, where...
What's the domain of thought? Healthy, and what's the domain of thought that's unhealthy?
Unhealthy. can it be so neatly separated? I said, these are all important questions, you see, where can it be so defined so clearly? This is objective, this is not objective. This is healthy, this is not healthy.
Where does thought come from? How does it originate?
That's fairly simple too. Where do you think it comes from?
Maybe these two kinds of thoughts come from different origins.
That's it.
I don't know.
It's the same material that's working.
What is thinking, sir?
Some activity of the mind.
Yes, what is that? Open it up.
Separate and apart from the brain.
Now go into, see, let's find out. Thinking. You ask me a question, right? If it is familiar, I answer immediately. Why?
You have information.
What does that mean? Go, sir, don't jump. Go slowly. Find out, sir. I ask where you live. What's your name? You answer immediately. Why?
Well, because the information is stored in my mind somewhere. Is it?
Yes. And when I ask you that, because you are familiar with it, you reply quickly.
Yes.
Because it's stored, but you are familiar with it. And I ask you a question which is a little more complex, and that is also stored, and you reply taking a little longer, right?
Yes.
Right? What takes place then? The question, follow it, sir. Go into it, don't question the response. The response takes few minutes. During that interval, watch it in yourself, sir. During that interval, you're searching, inquiring in the storehouse. And out comes the answer after finding it, right? During that interval, you're searching, looking, asking, right? Where? In the storehouse, right? Which is memory. Right? So, thought is the response of memory.
To some degree, but some people can have the same memories of the same facts, and yet one person
Can translate it differently.
include something completely different.
Because he may be prejudiced, he may be neurotic, he may be...
He also may be able to put them together in a creative way.
Yes, all... and we are saying thought comes from memory. Response of memory. If you had no memory, a state of amnesia, you wouldn't be able to think. It's very simple. I had an experience yesterday which was painful. That memory is stored up, and I'm afraid it should be repeated again, that pain tomorrow, therefore I'm afraid of it. Right? Now we are saying, what is the function of thought? Thought must exist, otherwise we'll be insane, we'll be everything. What is its function?
Doesn't this go back to what we were talking about before, self-preservation?
It's
Yes.
everything technological.
It has several. It also orders. Like psychologically, it gives order to something that we may not understand.
Sir, look, sir, do I explore bit by bit the nature of thought, where thought should function or should not function? Bit by bit explore, unearth, uncover. You follow? Or shall I, is it possible for the mind to see the whole of it and say, I know where thought should function and not function? I don't know if you're...
Yes.
I know this may be too quick.
You know,
First is a process of
where-
analysis,
Yeah, the first bit, right.
and we reject analysis.
Did you say, you know, where thought should function or shouldn't function?
You can see it.
The other is a
That's-
process
yeah,
of
we
your
see
whole
that.
body, of feeling if it's, of seeing, of thinking that it's right, and of feeling.
So why are we discussing all this?
Because thought in the past has been.
No,
Because
do
we came
do
to this
do look at it. So why are we discussing this question?
Because we asked ourselves whether it was possible to live without this eternal tempest of like, dislike, pleasure, pain, fear, and all the rest.
Isn't that it?
And that was thought. And so the natural question comes, well, now what about thought? When is it necessary? When isn't it necessary? And is it possible perhaps to put some order in its function?
Is that what we are discussing?
I
Hmm?
think so, yes.
You're sure? Don't be uncertain. It's the obvious. That's what we started out
Yes.
discussing for the last 4 or 5 times that we met here. All right. Then what? I am asking myself, can the mind, my mind, this mind, be free from this cause effect, from this reactions, from this pain, pleasure, all that, right? Can it be free and live, enjoy
Yes.
without all the pain, regrets, and the nausea of it all? Right? Is that what we are discussing?
Yes, that's right.
Doesn't thought get us into trouble when we want to be certain, we want to control things? Isn't the purpose of thought to try and...
No, sir. No, you see. Leave thought alone for the moment. We'll come back to it later. I see in yourself, I see in myself, as you must see, this way of living, pain, pleasure, fear, and all the complexities involved in it. And I say to myself, can the mind be ever free from all this? Right? Right? Would you say that?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm not sure that.
It doesn't seem to me when I look at my life, what I'm trapped by, it doesn't seem to be thought.
No, I didn't say thought.
yes. If it's pleasure and pain.
No, wait,
it's
sir,
thought.
no, I analyzed it. And we showed to each other that thought is the worm in the whole thing.
The genesis of it.
Yeah. So you see, so we are jumping it. So go step by step with them. He says, so what is the problem we are discussing? What is it you want?
Well, I want... Well, first of all, I realize to a certain extent the state I'm in. And I want to know as much as I can about myself.
That is, I begin. I know I'm learning about myself. I'm learning that pain, pleasure, fear are interrelated, right? I've learned that. I've watched it, right? Have I learned that? They're interrelated. They're not 3 separate things. Pain, pleasure, fear are bred by thought. I don't say it's right or wrong. It is so.
In fact, fear is a particular kind of pain. So
Yeah.
there's actually only pleasure
Don't
and
enlarge
pain.
it. It's fairly clear now.
It's just pleasure and pain.
Pleasure and pain. That's my life. And I ask myself, is it possible to be free of this way of living? That's all my question. Right? Without escaping, all the rest of it. Right? Is this fair? Can we go on from there? Huh?
I don't, it's not clear to me about, in terms of pleasure, when I have a desire for pleasure, whether thought creates this desire or whether the pleasure comes, that they both seem to come at the same time.
You mean the pleasure and pain comes at the same time?
Pleasure and thought.
He's not sure there's any relationship between pleasure and
I'm not
pain
sure.
and thought.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
right.
sorry.
I'm saying it isn't clear to me that there's thought then pleasure.
I didn't say that.
It seems
I take pleasure.
that you're saying thought creates pleasure.
No, sir. No, sir. There is pleasure, right?
Enjoyment.
Is
Hmm?
If we use the same word for the thought product and the actual experience, it's confusing.
So it's very simple, sir. I enjoy a sunset. I enjoy sex. I enjoy hitting somebody, being angry with somebody, right?
Okay.
Huh? That enjoyment becomes painful later because you hit me back. Or you say something which is not pleasant.
Well, leave Charlie, you can't agree.
Sir, don't enlarge the beastly thing. It's so clear and simple. So, the thing which I enjoyed becomes painful, right? No? Huh?
It goes too fast for me.
Come on.
It goes too fast for him.
Too fast.
Pleasure doesn't last forever, and when it stops, the pain is commensurate with the pleasure you had. Is that what you're saying?
I can see that in some cases, but I can't see that in the sunset.
Well, if you're aware of it, then after the sun goes down, you may want to continue that. You don't want to walk right home, or you don't want to. So
I see, so sometimes, yeah, but other times too. If it was a nice sunset, then I go off or whatever.
yeah, whatever.
No, sir, it's a nice sunset. It doesn't affect you very much. You say it's very nice sunset, finished. But something that affects you, that you want,
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then when
that
when
you
it's
have a
gone,
tremendous desire for. I want sex, I want something very strongly, and when that is thwarted, there's pain.
When it's thought of, you say?
Thwarted, prevented, blocked,
Yeah. Okay.
then there is pain.
All right.
So there is pleasure, inevitably brings about pain.
Okay.
That's clear.
Defining as pleasure.
Therefore, there is, in pleasure, there is always the seed of pain.
Yeah, it's a matter of words. I tend to say desires instead of pleasure.
No, all right, what is desire? What is desire?
Longing for pleasure.
No, please, sir. What is desire? Desire not for some. Desire in itself, what is it?
Isn't desire the counterpart of fear? And that you wish for something to happen again in the same way that you might wish for something not to happen again if you were.
Sir, what is it? That is, what is desire to you? Desire, not about something. Desire for something. What is desire? How does it come?
Because of a recollection of a past experience.
From comparison.
Memory. Feeling of life.
Feeling
Desire. How you see, sir? What is the origin of desire? Let's begin that way.
Something is wanting. Something is.
No. The origin, the beginning.
Sorry, experience.
Oh no, that's no.
The thought about an experience, thinking about it creates a desire for it again.
Being a human being.
What is it?
You have a desire. How does it come?
from thinking.
No, watch this out. Go into it. Take little time. You see a nice car, right? And then you desire. Now, seeing and desiring. What has happened there?
Something's going on in my mind.
You associate it with yourself.
Oh, no, sir, do look. Look at it, sir. I see that Nagra, right? It's a nice machine.
Okay.
Desire comes, I say, I want it. I like to have it. Right? Now, seeing and desiring, right? What has been the process of that?
I mean, what has happened between the
Yes,
seeing
of
and
course.
desiring?
You've projected into the future. You want,
You think
it's
about
there
it.
right now. You want
Look, sir. I see that. There's a perception. Seeing it. Then a sensation. Right?
That's the seeing.
Seeing, sensation from seeing. Either like or dislike. Then the sensation, the touch, which is part of it. Then I say, by Jove, how nice it would be to have it. So, perception, sensation, contact, desire. Right? That's all. That's all we are saying. That is desire. From that I will say pleasure and pain. I don't like that, I like this. This is good, this is bad. This is God, this is Satan.
Positive and negative.
Now all the rest of it. From that desire arises the will. I will not have it. I will have it. That's all what we're discussing, you see. So, what next?
Was it all desire based indirectly on fear? Because like, for instance, that tape recorder, you may desire that, but you desire it because you fear that if you don't have it, people will think you're nothing.
That's it. We're discussing only what desire is, the origin of it. Then comes all the process. I like it, don't like it, I wish what people think, what will, all that comes from that. Right?
Well, there's one thing I wasn't clear about back on the thought, and that is that is it thought itself which creates all these things like fear, or is it just because you get entangled and you become involved in it? Like, if you weren't involved in thought, you could think, of things that happened in the past, and it wouldn't affect you, the fear wouldn't be created. It's when you become involved in your thoughts.
Of course, you are the past. That's the question. You are the past. Not involved in it.
Krishnaji, can't one think just objectively about something without any overtone of
That's
meaning
it,
or
that's all,
relationship?
that's
One
all.
can think of it as a fact.
That's all.
Isn't that what you're saying? By being involved, you just deal with it as a fact, not as a process that involves you.
Yeah, well, if you're not involved in it, like if you have like sex, and then later on, it's okay to think about it. I mean, you can think about it all you want. It's just when you start getting involved in it and saying, wow, man, I want it again, or something like that, that it starts creating fear and desire and things like that. But it's the thought itself doesn't. It wouldn't seem.
What's your question, sir? Are we getting involved too much?
I think we got away from the track.
We were talking about desire.
We see desire, but look, sir,
Why did we start talking about desire?
because he wanted to know what desire was. Desire is pleasure. Desire is pain. I said desire, wanting that car, that Nagra, because I've seen
Desire
it.
is again pleasure and pain.
It's
Strong pleasure and pain.
thought coming into it. I wish I had it,
Yes.
and all that business. It's fairly clear
So
that.
we're back where we were.
So,
There is this thought,
so
which
I,
brings pleasure and pain and fear.
so I see in myself, observing myself, that the mind is caught in pleasure and pain. Right? Based on past memory, thought, and all the rest of it. From that, the question arises, can the mind be free from this entanglement all the time, fighting there? Right? And not escape. Not escape into some superior pleasure.
Yes.
You follow, sir? Becoming a monk, going off to Zen, Japan, all that. You follow? Actually seeing pleasure, pain, and not escaping from it, and asking whether it is possible for the mind to be free from the entanglement of it, not from enjoyment.
Right.
Because that would be death.
Yeah. One only amputates enjoyment when there's some neurotic
of course,
dream
of course,
a
of course.
much bigger pleasure.
So,
Jesus or something.
yeah, and that's all new. Yeah. So I'm left now. Can my mind be free from it? Can the mind be free? So I said, what is freedom? If I want to be free from it, if the mind wants to be free from it, because it says if I am free from it, I shall have greater pleasure. And we look at it, sir, it's not quite so simple. If I am free from this entanglement, the motive is hidden or conscious, I shall have greater pleasure. And again I'm back again. You follow? I'm caught in another trap at a perhaps higher or lower level, but it is the same trap. So it matters very much why this question of freedom arises.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
if it's freedom from or just freedom.
That's what I want. Go slow. Go slow.
Are you saying that when it is freedom from, it is the same thing in another form?
In another form. I'm saying it, we are discovering
Yes, it is so.
So whenever there's freedom from, there's always something to replace it.
replace it. Therefore, I'm going to find out, I'm asking myself, is there a freedom per se, but for itself, and not from
There's
something?
no replacement.
No.
Which is not.
Go into it. Therefore, I'm not asking to be free from this pain, pleasure.
Just a minute.
You follow, sir? I'm not putting asking myself, can I be free from it?
Then why is it important to discuss pain and pleasure?
I know.
He's right, sir. He's right.
He's right. Wait,
I'm not asking
wait. I've understood. Don't explain it, sir. He says, why? I've only asked it after I have uncovered it. Before I didn't ask it. Right? I examined, I looked into myself, and then I saw that my whole structure of life is based on this, pleasure and pain. Right? All my structure, my evaluation, God, all that is based on pleasure and pain. And I said, by Jove, can I be free from that? Then I find out that wanting to be free from it is another form of greater pleasure. Right? So I'm back in the same trap. Right? Right? So I'm asking something else. I cannot ask that something else before I've understood this whole thing. I don't know.
Well, is this constant asking the same thing? I mean, are we going to, as long as we keep asking?
I know, I'm going to find out. I'm not asking, I'm looking, observing. I'm only asking, that's a verbal expression to explain to you. But I'm watching what is happening.
by exploring around, we've found that we don't even want to ask the questions that we began to ask, but now we're asking a completely different question.
Yeah.
That's all. Ask. No,
Just
I'm
plain
asking.
freedom.
That's right. I'm asking that question only after examination,
Right.
not before.
And after seeing that if we ask with any motive whatever, it's the same old...
Same old. So I've learned an awful lot. That any motive to change
Freedom from something isn't freedom.
is the same. I don't know if you get any motive to change is another pattern repeated in a different level or at a different place.
Again, pleasure.
Right, right. So I've learned what motive does, right?
Pleasure is motive.
No. What motive does? Motive being, I want to be free from this because I want much more pleasure, in which there will be no pain at all. Right? So I invent God, follow? Jesus, all the rest of the things begin. So I say, right, I discard all that. Because I can only discard when I see the truth of it. Right? I see the truth of this. Then where am I? Go on, sirs, where are you?
How can you ever be sure that you don't have a motive? Maybe you're hiding that motive from yourself.
I want, that's what we're doing, examining, exploring, to find out if I have a motive.
How can you ever find out?
I'm doing it, sir.
Well, what if you asked, rather than ask the way we said, what if you wish to be free of both pain and pleasure? Would that sort of neutralize it?
No, that's the same thing again.
Yeah, but in a way it's not, because you want to be free of pleasure, and in wanting to be free of pleasure as well as pain, how can that be more pleasurable?
Is that possible, sir?
Pleasure and pain.
Well, that's just plain freedom.
That's just playing tricks.
Isn't that the freedom without being free?
I don't know what that means. You see, you have already introduced a concept, which is not freedom.
You're defining...
You're defining freedom.
Neither things, therefore you're defining.
Definition or the description is not described, they're defined. Therefore, I'm learning. You follow, sir? We are not, here we are both teacher and the pupil for each one of us. There is no teacher here, no pupil here, therefore no authority, mine or yours or anybody's. So what we are doing, we are learning about ourselves. We have learned about ourselves an extraordinary fact that the mind can play tricks upon itself by saying, I must be free from this, which is to enter into another pleasure and pain, thinking it is greater, but it's still the same. I don't know, right?
The pursuit of freedom is again the pursuit of what I was trying to get away from.
So I realized something. I've learned. So am I then going to ask, I want to be free? And no, don't find out. Then shall I ask, I must be free from this?
You might ask, is it possible to be?
That's all I can ask. Not
do I want to be, but
yes, that's just it. Is it possible for the mind not to be caught in this? Not to be free from it?
Not to be caught
in this pain, pleasure, pursuit, all the rest of it. Simple. Right? Is this clear, sir? Huh?
Yes.
So I'm not going to ask any question at all. I come to that only when I see what has actually happened. That is, I'm only concerned with fact, with what is, and not how to go beyond it. I don't know if you're right. No? Look, sir, I'm learning about myself. Without understanding myself, there is no basis for anything, right? Of conduct, of righteousness, of behavior, of love, of nothing. That is the foundation, to know myself. And I see in looking at myself pleasure and pain. And also I see, if I ask a question how to be free from it, I'm caught in a trap, which is exactly the same thing, right? So I'm not going to ask a question how to be free from it. I'm going to learn how to look at it. Because in looking at it, I'm going to learn more. I wonder if you, no?
Yeah. Why do you want to learn how to look at it?
Because I see there is, I started out learning about myself, right? I don't know anything about myself, right?
Yeah.
I'm learning about myself. Because I see if I don't know what my nature and the structure and the whole business of myself, I'm in utter confusion.
And that's where your motivation comes from?
No, not motivation. I say, I am confused. Begin there. I am confused. That's a fact. And I see, in looking at that confusion, I see how that confusion has arisen. Pleasure and pain, wanting to escape from it, therefore escaping from it, God, all the rest of it, communism, socialism, this, that.
Or the idea of freedom.
Freedom. So I'm caught in that. That is what is causing confusion. Right?
Yeah, I see that.
So I'm confused. And as I watch, I see this confusion arises as long as there is this pleasure and pain principle. And so I say, from observing that pleasure and pain principle, I see in that the desire to be free from it. And I see also the desire to be free from it is to create another trap.
Doesn't this matter where the desire comes from?
Desire comes from the same thing, because I don't like it. I don't like to live this way.
There aren't good and bad desires.
Pardon me?
There's no good and bad desire. It's all the same.
Then to use another word instead of a desire, maybe it isn't even something you can apply a word to.
I don't even bring in desire. There's,
well, for some reason you want to learn about it still.
I've told you why I want to learn about myself. As long as I'm confused, I'm in pain. And I don't want to be free from pain. You follow? I want to understand how it has come.
Because in understanding of it, you'll be free from it.
No. I have no motive. I just look. I just see. So I've learned all this, right? So I'm only left with the fact that the mind is caught in this pleasure and pain. That's the only fact I have. Not escape from it, not be free from it. That's all I have left. Right?
Yes.
It seems.
Huh?
It seems to me.
This is what is.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to watch it and find out what it must contain. Some enormous things. It isn't just. I don't know if you're.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn about it. I can only learn by watching it. Right?
Watching it without a motivation?
Motivation, and also watching it without like and dislike.
Which is again the same thing.
You follow? Without any prejudice,
Which is the same thing.
right?
But isn't that what you're saying is that we can't see it until we're free to begin with?
So I found out a great deal, which is I cannot look if there is any form of prejudice, right? Right?
Yes.
And my mind is full of prejudices, right? So to look, I have learned mind, there must be no prejudice.
Can you look without memory?
And look, don't look, put it your own way, so find out.
How can you look without prejudice using a mind which is full of prejudice?
That's it, I'm going to find out.
Last one.
You see, you don't find out. Exercise, find out whether a mind which is full of prejudice can look. Therefore, it cannot look, right? So what is it to do? And it knows if it cannot look, it must live in confusion.
If it knows that.
Wait, sir, keep that simple. Keep it simple. I started out by saying I'm confused. I have followed the church, I have followed communism, I have tried every kind of philosophy, meditate. All that I'm left now is confusion, right? I'm really confused. I have no faith in anybody. And so I'm looking. And I say, in looking at this confusion, I have learned something, pain and pleasure, right? And the other factors, will leave that for the moment, these two. And I cannot escape from it. If I do, it's another form of pleasure.
Yes.
If I subjugate it, control it, suppress it, it's another form of pleasure. So I'm left with that. So then what? I am left with a fact that my life is based on pleasure and pain. Right? That is an actual fact. Am I going to live that way? Which has led me to confusion, right? So I say now, I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to watch it. What is involved in this pleasure and pain principle? And in watching, I will discover the whole structure of thought, right? Right? Are we following each other? Huh? Am I go right? So I say to myself, I've seen thought. That's the only thing I'm also left. Can thought end here and function where it is absolutely essential? You follow it? Right, sir? Are we following each other?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Right?
Isn't that in a way of saying taking memory and leaving it alone and only bringing out facts when you need them, but the rest of the time in life you just leave it there, just
Sir.
don't have it?
No, I don't know what's going to happen. No, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I see thought has bred this. And also I see thought must function at its highest level intelligently, right? Moon, office, anything I do, there must be thinking. But thought also has led me to this. confusion, misery, and all that. So I say to myself, by Joe, it must function at its highest level in one direction and be silent in another. Right? Be quiet. Is that possible?
Is it clear where the dividing line between these two
I'm going. Is it as clear? I'm going to find out, sir.
It's imagination if we speak about a dividing line.
I'm just saying. I just words I must use. Don't stick me down with words. Here is the thing that's going on in my mind. I see where it must function very clearly, and I also see where thought functions, it brings pain, right? That's the fact left with me. That's all I know. That's all I'm faced with. The mind is faced with that. No, I found some. Shall we go on?
At that stage, you learn much more that has nothing to do with that question.
So what have I learned? Go on, sir.
Well, you become simple, and you become clear. Your mind becomes totally clear. And
no, what, sir? Why have I divided this? Thought function in one way, thought, you follow? Thought not functioning. Why did I divide it?
Because
wait, it may be wrong division. Yeah. You are not. It may be wrong altogether.
Didn't you divide it because the one half is pain bringing and the other is something that's pleasurable?
Right.
And not pleasurable.
It's
no.
considered to be a desirable.
No. See what a wrong thing I've asked.
You desire, for example, that your mind would function in such a way that you could operate as an efficient organism, and yet not function in such a way as to damage you. That's something that you would desire.
No,
okay, the whole point is that by that question you divided it. When I began to talk, I divided
Therefore, I say, can it function?
Without the
No.
Efficiently, full stop.
Go on, sir. I don't want to put it. You put your own questions. No. You'll see it come to yourself.
Would you repeat the question once more, please?
Beg pardon?
Just repeat it once more, please.
What?
Could you repeat the question once more, please?
What question?
What you just stated in regard to separating the...
I separate. We all separated it. I said, by Joe, that may be wrong altogether.
I think it's wrong to separate.
Therefore, I've asked myself now, can the mind function out of silence? You following this? Being silent can function efficiently, and also silent. I don't. I'm too quick. Too quick. I won't divide this question.
Why not?
Because why should I divide it? Why should I say it must function there healthily and here be silent?
Well, this is what I was going into. I wasn't
Yes.
dividing it.
Yes, I agree. Now, why should I have put that question at all?
It's actually one thing. It's functioning efficiently in both.
So, what have I found? To function efficiently, right? Right, sir? Right?
Yes. The question is,
Huh?
how can it...
Don't rush. Go slowly. To function efficiently, right? at all times. I see it's not efficient when there is pain and pleasure, right? Right? So what is the state of the mind that functions efficiently at all times? I see it is inefficient when there is pain and pleasure, right? Right, sir? Right? Huh?
So we're just making, we all agree on this, but it seems like it's an arbitrary agreement in a way.
Huh?
We all agree that this is the case, but it seems it's rather arbitrary to think that the mind is inefficient when it has pleasure and pain. We still don't know if it's not the natural state.
It is inefficient. It leads to confusion.
Okay.
It leads to this everlasting struggle. Not okay. It is a fact.
When you're worried,
Yeah.
you can't work properly.
Yeah, I agree. I say we all agree. I think that it is inefficient. But I'm just questioning the reason for our saying that that's something that we don't want to have.
No, I don't say that.
Oh, okay.
I say it's inefficient when it functions with pain and pleasure and fear, anxiety, guilt.
And so we want to know, how can it be more efficient?
No,
Oh. Is it possible that it might be efficient?
no. To be efficient at all times. In the office, in life, all times, from morning till night, to be completely efficient. And knowing inefficiency is fear and pain. That's all. So I've learned an awful lot about myself. So I'm asking, under what conditions can the mind function efficiently and all the time?
Is it possible the mind just might not be efficient in itself? Like if you have two people and one might be smarter than another.
What's that?
He says, is efficiency perhaps a question of natural capacity?
No. You see, you are introducing a factor which leads to something else. Would you stick to this, sir? Don't introduce.
Efficiency is a question. It happens when the mind is clear and when it's simple and when it's still.
That.
And
Wait, sir. You've said. We said the mind becomes inefficient when there is fear and pain, right?
Right.
And escapes from that.
Right.
So the next question is, next chapter in the learning is, can the mind be efficient all the time? And it can be only efficient. What is the state of the mind that allows this efficiency to function all the time?
It has to be free from the cause of the...
You are positing something which you don't know.
Well, it seems like that question divides again.
No, sir. It does not divide. I say to I see the fact that the mind is not efficient, right? When it's fear, pain. And I also see it must be efficient to work properly in the office or livelihood, whatever you do, garden, whatever you do, teaching, whatever. So, can the mind be efficient right through? And what is the state of the mind that can be efficient? Right? That's all I'm asking, no more.
What do you mean by efficient?
To function without effort.
This doesn't necessarily mean that it will be able to solve problems perfectly, but that it will just be able to do it without effort, whatever it
That's
is.
right, that's right. Problems, how to live with each other. When it comes jealousy, to finish with it. You follow? Functioning. Not to be anxious, not to be afraid, not to become dominant. You know, authoritarian, possessive, dependent. All that's involved in pleasure and pain. And that makes the mind utterly inefficient. You know, people who go to the office are extraordinarily efficient. And in their life they are shoddy. Right? So I say, is it possible to be efficient all the time? And what is the state of the mind that is efficient? That is, produces efficiency. Right, that's better. Right? What is this state? Not theoretically, actually. This is all actual, right? What we have discussed so far is an actual state, step by step. It is not a theory, it is not a speculation, it is not a supposition. This is what it actually is. From there, we are asking a question which is equally factual, which is, can the mind be efficient all the time? I don't know. Right? Wait, sir, not what you meant. Find out, go into it. Can the mind be efficient all the time? I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm very serious. I want to find out, because if I don't, I'm back again in the mess. So, what is the state of mind that produces this extraordinary efficiency without brutality? Right? Without conflict, without strain, without ambition, all that. Right, sir? Go to find out. And nobody is to tell you. You can't trust anybody. But there is no authority. I'm not going to accept any authority of anybody, including myself. But I must find out.
Isn't that the same question that you asked once before about?
Forget it, sir. I'm asking now. When we put that, not a question. So, now, how do you? What's your reply? How do you find out? Would you say, to find it out, I mustn't use words. What will you do, sir? How do you find out?
Attempt to have the mind function this way? Attempt to have the mind function this way?
Attempt, that means struggle, conflict.
Well,
Trying trying to function efficiently all the time. Is that it?
Making attempts at it.
Huh?
Making attempts at it.
Eh.
To not have it function inefficiently.
Yes, but if you're tired, you know, no matter how hard you try, you're going to be
Don't try.
an
Go to sleep.
idiot.
It seems that if we've been listening, if we've been working, that's what we've been doing.
Can we just sort of watch and see if it can function efficiently?
That's what it seems you have to do. It's
Look, that's not good enough, is it? One day I'll be efficient, next day I'll not be efficient.
Sit around waiting for it.
Yeah. 1 minute I'm watching. Watch it, what you're saying. Watchful.
okay.
And the next minute I'm not watchful.
I didn't say that. I said because if you keep looking for efficiency, you're only looking for one thing. If you keep saying, "Can I be efficient?"
No. I did not say that. I said, what is the state of the mind that allows efficiency to function all the time? Because if it is allows inefficiency, it will lead me to confusion. Mind will become confused. And confusion, all the rest of it, pain, pleasure, anxiety, fear, jealousy, all that leads to it. Now, listen, sir, look, you're going to learn it. It's so simple. Really very simple. If you come to that point, the question is, what is the state of the mind that brings about this efficiency? You don't know, do you? Huh? Do you?
No.
No. Then what do? Watch it, sir. I don't know, right? You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know, right? Now, when you say you don't know, what do you mean by that? Go into that. I don't know. Do watch it, sir. I don't know.
Doesn't that mean that it's
But,
not? Doesn't that mean that it's not part of your experience?
No. Do look at it, sir. Please go slow. Do you know a state of mind that allows you to be efficient all the time? Please stick to that one question for the moment. Do you know it?
No, we started wondering what it means when you say, "I don't know."
Do you know it?
No.
What do you mean by that?
It means that it's not part of my experience.
All right. What do you mean by that? What is the state of the mind that says, I don't know?
Ignorance.
It's one that can't rely on your experience. You can't rely on your experience. You cannot draw. You see that you cannot draw from your experience from the past. You see that you cannot draw from the past.
What will bang your head for, sir?
Well, frustration.
Is it
But if
frustrating?
you're frustrated, you can't say you don't know.
No, you see.
You're frustrated instead of not knowing.
No, you see, sir, when you say, I don't know, please remain with that. Just look at it. You're going to learn an awful lot if you stay with that. When you say, I don't know, what do you mean, I don't know? Are you looking for past experience to tell you? Right? You're not.
No. No.
So your memory is not in operation.
No.
Huh? Well, go slowly, sir. Your memory is not in operation, right?
Right.
So thinking is absent. Right? Because I don't know. I don't know what the distance is between the Earth and Mars. I really don't know. I can look. I can ask, but actually I don't know, right? I say, what is the state of the mind that says I don't know? It's not ignorance.
Innocence. Innocence.
Isn't it quiet? That's
Certain
all.
memory and a
That's
certain
all.
force.
Huh? Right?
It's inactive.
It's quiet. Wait, sir, go slow. My God, how quick. It's quiet. Right? You're not waiting for somebody to tell you, or there's no book written about it in which you can look. So it's quiet. Right?
See, I guess that would be, it seems to me, more the state of the mind when someone says, I give up, I can't figure it out.
Call it what you like.
Because often when you don't know about something, you try to imagine what it might be.
Then,
You see, and when you use your mind to imagine, it spends a lot of time doing that until finally you give up, and then it's quiet.
we have done all that. It's quiet. It's only quiet mind that can function efficiently all the time. Right?
Okay, the next question. There's a question that comes up. I think.
What?
Well, if you experience that, then you realize that after a while things become complicated again. So
No, wait, you see.
Sorry.
You people are not. Go into it step by step, sir. You will see it for yourself so clearly. A mind that can function efficiently obviously must be quiet. Right? Is your mind quiet? If it is not quiet, it is inefficient, therefore. So the mind is quiet when it is intelligent. Right? Right? Because that intelligence is not book learning, is not gathered from somebody else. It's intelligent because it has seen confusion, you follow? And learnt, and so by Jove, it's only a quiet mind that can be efficient. And that is an intelligent mind that says that. Not a stupid mind, say, I must be quiet, let me be quiet by repeating some stupid stuff or going, It's only the quiet mind that has learnt all this. And therefore learning all this has made it intelligent, right? And therefore it has become quiet, naturally. I don't know if you're following all this. So, the dull mind is a confused mind, and so on, so on. So can the mind function out of silence? Right? Not sporadically, and if I say it must function all the time out of silence, and how am I to be silent all the time, then I'm back. Effort, conflict, you follow, greater pleasure, I don't know if, I'm caught again. So I won't ask that question.